Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Tobin here with you. Hope everybody is excited going into the weekend. Got ourselves a big in there, La Wash out there. Oh, we got ourselves a good football game, big football game. Look at the buffalo. Look at him. Sits there by the water, grazing. But what it doesn't see is a bottlenose dolphin right there. That's my nature highlight. Dolphins, underrated predators. If a buffalo were near an ocean, that would be a crazy sneak attack. I don't think it would be ready for. Bottlenose, right to the head. Wouldn't even see it coming. No, but I am excited, man. This is a big Dolphins game. Everybody's excited. You can feel the vibes today on the morning show. Although I did have this sweet lady call in today, and she was she was very nice, a very nice Bills fan. And I felt bad that she was going to be sad on Sunday. I really did. I did. But I did get goosies reading some of the Tyreek Hill quotes because he was asked about the Chiefs' time against the Bills because they've won 3 of 5, 2 playoff games against them. So Tyreek Hill, part of that success. And he says, quote, "I don't say that my teammates fear the Bills. Probably a little bit more respect from me. My message to them is it's just another football game. Do what you've been doing your whole life. Let's be fast. You see that this offense is electric, and one thing NFL defenses fear is speed." And I do think that it is important having Tyreek Hill not only for his talent. That is tremendous. But Mike McDaniel has spoken about this up and down in the lead up to this season, that he wanted to challenge Tyreek Hill to take that leadership role. Not only the fact that he was going to be here, and in a lot of ways, yes, Tua is the most famous guy on this team, but Tyreek Hill has really become the mouthpiece for the Miami Dolphins. He is the guy who is going to get all of the microphones in his face. He's going to say the crazy thing. He's going to say the ballsy thing. He's going to make the wheelbarrow jokes. And, Tua will get all the debates, but Tyreek Hill, in a lot of ways, put his nuts on the table with this team too. Yes, he got a ton of money, but he said a lot of things that he had to back up. And thus far, he's leading the league in receiving through 2 games, and he is looking like a savant. He is looking like maybe the guy knows a thing or two about football. So that's a big thing for sure. But I think also the idea that when you are that mouthpiece, people are going to look to you for your performance and what you can do. And I always found this fascinating with Tyreek Hill, and the reaction that he got is like, this is not some loser who has done nothing in his career who doesn't deserve the accolades. Like, Tyreek Hill is a champion. He is a champion, and you would think with the credentials that he has put forth in this league and the winning that he has done this in this league, it is not, yes, the Chiefs are an awesome team, but to act like if you want to crown Patrick Mahomes the best player, this guy was number 2. And a part of a big reason that Patrick Mahomes number 1 was because Tyreek Hill was number 2 on that team. And, for all the Chiefs fans that want to get sensitive about and say it's Kelsey, fine, top 3. Usually these championship teams are a big 3. Whatever you want to say, he was one of the best players on a championship team. So when he says that, yeah, the Bills are just another team, you believe him because he's been there. I think that's part of the beauty of having it. You see this in basketball all the time. A lot of the times these guys, they bring in guys who have been there before, guys who have been winners. The Heat were trying to do this with Kyle Lowry this past year. You have Jimmy Butler, you have Bam Adebayo, you have Tyler Hero, guys who have gotten very close, but Kyle Lowry has been to the mountaintop. Shaq coming down here with D Wade, kind of showing the way of everything. So I do think that is an importance of Tyreek Hill, that he has been on winning teams. He knows what it takes. He knows the work that it takes. And there's no intimidating Tyreek Hill. You can't intimidate the most intimidating thing on the field. So when he says that teams fear speed, they fear him. And now they also fear his counterpart on the racetrack, Jalen Waddle. And they know that, they can sit here and they can talk about, 2 of this, 2 of that, all that stuff. That's fine. But in reality, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, that's one of the scariest duos in the league because they are just unbelievably fast and they are burning up hamstrings. And the Bills are going into this thing with some serious injuries. They're going into this thing with a banged up defense with Ed Oliver out, Jordan Phillips out, Micah Hyde out, Dane Jackson out. So there's a lot of injuries on that front. And if you're the Dolphins, yes, they have some star power on that side, and they still have some dangerous pass rushers. But in a lot of ways, the Dolphins have to be looking at themselves and they have to be, licking their chops a little bit. They have to be looking at themselves and thinking to themselves, all right, we saw what we did last week and we can go shot for shot, blow for blow. Now, for the Dolphins side of things, the biggest thing is really surrounding what's going to go on with Teron Armstead. He has not practiced all week, but Mike McDaniel, he's listed as questionable. And Mike McDaniel said something to the effect today of, most of the time when you don't practice, you don't play. But he has shown this ability that he is able to handle that and plug it in. So it's, he said, quote, it's whether or not he's ready for Sunday. He's a vet that we can count on, and he's able to play without taking reps. Traditionally, you don't mess with this stuff. You have to practice to play, and he's proven otherwise. With that being said, I thought it'd also be extra helpful if we didn't hurt how he's treating it by making it worse at practice. And we also need guys to be prepared should he not be able to play. It's literally up in the air. Only his body really knows. I don't think he knows yet if he'll play, but obviously he'll make a great impact if he's able to. And if not, we got to have multiple contingency plans, which is what you have to do when you have little injuries such as that. So it's, I would say it sounds like he's going to try and give it a go. And that was the big knock on Armstead. If there was a knock on Armstead, is that he is not a full season player. He does get banged up. There are things, he's not young. So when you go and typically get a guy of his talents in free agency, typically there is a catch. It's not usually the perfect player that you let get away. It's changing a little bit because the money's getting crazy and it's a salary cap sport. And so, now it's becoming more NBA-ish where the Tyreek Hills and Devontae Adams, will switch teams and things like that. So maybe we'll see this more with linemen, but good linemen people don't want to lose. Teron Armstead and this line has looked a lot better than what we saw last year for sure. So it is going to be an interesting thing to check out, especially with the idea that, this is the team that broke Tua's ribs last year. Certainly it's nice that they don't have Jesse Davis here. Turnstile, that's always dangerous. But Armstead, I do think that there has been, like the leadership that they've gotten from Tyreek Hill, I think that the leadership they've gotten from Armstead has been super valuable as well. And not having him would definitely be a big blow. But as we see, going into this game, I don't think anyone's going to want to hear that. The Bills, they're dealing with a lot. The Dolphins, they're dealing with a lot. It's week 3. It's not perfect. This is not a playoff game. So the main players that everybody's going to be talking about are there. Josh Allen, he's showing up. Stephon Diggs, he's showing up. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they're showing up. Tua Tagovailoa, he's showing up. And like it or not, star receivers and star quarterbacks, they are what people care about in this league. That is what people follow in this league. And so when the storylines hit on Monday, whoever is victorious, no one's going to want to hear a rat's ass about safeties being out or DBs being out. Look, the Ravens had a lot of DBs out, other than a couple of things like, Edgar Allan Poe, SB Nation, whatever the hell. Who the hell ever heard about what injuries the Ravens are going on? Boo-hoo. Nobody cares. But if it's a quarterback, if it's a star wide receiver, okay, we'll have a conversation. That's obviously something that will be of impact. But, I think that this is one of those things where, look, if Teron Armstead can go, not going to be, and no one's going to want to hear the excuse about the Dolphins losing this game. And if trust me, if the Dolphins beat the Bills, I don't want to hear one peep out of upstate New York about, we didn't have this guy, we didn't have that guy. Boo-hoo. We know what we're all here to see. And honestly, this really feels like it's setting up for a hell of a track meet. This seems like it's setting up for big points on both sides. This Dolphins offense proved that they can have some firepower last week. Hell, they got 2 of the top 3 wide receivers in yardage right now in the league. They got the leading passer in the league right now off a monster. They showed you the chunk playage that they could put forth last week. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Get to it, dude. I cannot wait for Sunday.